This is the Pandigital Supernova 8-inch Android tablet that I've bought here. It was $100 with a 32 gigabyte SD card included in it, so it seemed like a pretty good deal to me. The main reason that I can't recommend it is that it's not an Android approved device or a Google approved device, which means you don't get the Google Store on here. The Google they call it Google Play now. It used to be called the Android Marketplace, but because of that, they've given you this thing called GetJar instead, which is a website where you can download some things, but not all the apps that you would get on an Android phone. And they kind of try to disguise it by you click the Facebook button on the home page, and it doesn't take you to a Facebook app. It just takes you to the mobile Facebook website. And then if you try to download the Android app, it'll tell you do not have permission to open this page because it's not an approved device from Android. So if you're a hacker and you want to get one of these and try to root it and install newer operating system on it, and there are even people who've been able to hack the Android Marketplace into it so that they can use all of the Google things and download things like Netflix. It requires some knowledge and some risk taking in the event that you screw up your whole device by rooting it wrong. The screen is 800 by 600, which is not great. It's okay, and it does come with the Amazon Kindle app, so you can see this is what it would look like if you were to use it as a reader. And the screen, there's something about the plastic on the screen. There's I know you can't really see it in this video, but there's kind of weird reflective kind of floaty dots on the white parts of the screen. So I would think you'd get eye strain if you used it on a regular basis. It's got all your basic Android stuff. There's a mail app that you can set up your mail in. So for basic travel, if you were going to some foreign country and you didn't want to bring your iPad because you were afraid it would get stolen, this thing would work. It also has an HD out port on it, so you could play movies back on your TV if you've got an HDMI cable and plugged it in. But overall, can't recommend it just because it doesn't have the full array of apps, and it's also only running Android 2.2. The Pandigital said that they were going to release an update for it at some point this year, but I haven't seen it and haven't heard any word of it. I've been watching on the internet, and there's a button here called Update, and it tells me my current firmware is the most updated version. So I don't know, and I don't know if Pandigital is in some kind of trouble or if they ever plan to update it. But if they don't, if it remains this old clunky version and it's not official Android Google, then unless I'm and I want to learn some rooting hacking skills, which actually I do, I'm gonna root it and hack it and play around with it. But just for the casual user, it might be good enough to give to your kids to play games on in the car if they're really little, but there's no way it could replace an iPad or even be half as good as an iPad. Now, it only costs, a quarter of what an iPad costs. So for what it is, it's fine. If you only want to spend $100 and get some basic communication device, it's fine. But battery life not as good as an iPad. App support is terrible because you don't even have the Android Marketplace. And overall, I give it a thumbs down, though it will be fun to play with and hack.